film? Obviously, you don't know everything they're going to throw at you, but what stands out?
Oh, obviously, I mean, they got good coaches. We know that from firsthand, and they're going to come out here with some tenacity. Just the level the game is and whatnot. They're going to come out here just as we are, ready to work, ready to fight, and putting everything on the field.
You guys know as well as anybody how creative they can get offensively. You kind of have to expect there's going to be a couple of wrinkles in there.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, Coach Pete and that offense, they're definitely going to come out and try to get some momentum quickly. So we'll be ready for everything.
Coach Pete was saying he sees some similarities in the two teams when he looks at the film. Do you see anything from their offense that's similar to Boise State's offense now? Or?
I mean, there's some similarities in everything. I mean, we've got a bunch of different packages similar to them and whatnot. But when you've got similar coaching staffs, there's going to be some overlapping and whatnot. But I think that we're both kind of individuals in our own way.
Depth chart came out yesterday, and I know we talked about the depth on this defense, but there were 20 guys listed in the front seven on the depth chart, which I don't think I've ever seen that before. Just show what kind of depth and how many guys are ready to play right now.
Yeah, I mean the front seven for us is definitely one that has some depth, and it's good to have because when you're in the trenches, I mean, stuff happens every play, and you need that depth because you need people to fight. 4 or 5 plays here, and you get the next group in, and they're doing the same thing. So you're fresh and ready to go. So I think that's a real good thing for us.
You just have so much experience, and you might see some younger guys maybe relax a little bit, knowing they're going to have a hard time getting on the field. What kind of attitude have you seen out of those guys? As even though they know there's a couple guys in front of them.
I mean, I think they still come with it every single day. That was kind of a situation I was in whenever I first got here as well, and you almost want to work just as hard as the older guys because you see where they're at and how they are. You just kind of want to get to that level and to be able to learn from them as well. So I mean, they're still giving just as good effort even doing that.
With Coach Pete and the staff coming back, when you think about your time with him from when you first met him, recruiting wise, and then kind of what he taught you, what kind of stands out as far as your relationship with him and what he meant to you and what you learned from him?
I mean, he's definitely awesome dude, awesome guy. Taught us all a lot. I was fortunate to have him when I was younger here, first coming to college, so he was able to teach me some things that a young college student may need to learn. So I mean, I think he'll get a pretty good cheer whenever he comes back. I don't think people really dislike him. I mean, he took this program some places he's never been before, so it'll be exciting to have them all back.
Everybody talks about like life lessons and being a man, that type of stuff. What can you share about that type of stuff, and what you really did learn from him from that aspect?
Yeah, I mean that was kind of a big point of emphasis on what he taught us was just being a man. There's a lot of ways to put that and a lot of definitions, and it's kind of look at it in your own way, and it's just kind of growing up and having good character, having good integrity and whatnot, and he kind of tried to establish that early on for our careers.
We've been talking about this game for so long, and now it's a couple days away. What do you think it's going to be like looking over there and seeing him and some of those other coaches, wearing purple?
I think when it comes to game time, it's going to be another game. Be another team with different colors than us, and that's the way we kind of have to look at it. Because if you look too much into the whole, I had him as a coach or whatnot, then you're not even playing the game. So you kind of forget about that stuff once the game starts.
It's been a long time and a lot's changed, but is there still a bad taste in your guys' mouth about the last time you played the Huskies?
Yeah, I mean, there's always, you never want to lose a game, so I mean, that's that.
That was your first game, right?
Yeah, it was.
What was that experience like, going out and playing a college football game in that kind of environment for the first time?
It was fun. It was an awesome experience for that to be my first game, and then last year having Ole Miss was another great starting game, and to come back here, I mean, we haven't had a game starting off here in 6-7 years. Yeah, so having that, 3 years, starting games will be fun. Let's try and win this one.
Is there an extra buzz in the stadium or in the locker room when it's the first game? Is there just a little extra energy that first game?
Yeah, I mean, when you've been playing your own team for the past month and a half, everyone's kind of anxious to get against that first opponent. So we'll be buzzed, ready to go, psyched up.
When you said it takes a few plays sometimes where you can kind of, or maybe a series. What's it like when that first play, you've been hitting your own guys in practice all summer, and you get a chance to just unleash it on the other team?
It's fun. It's really fun. I don't know how else to describe it besides that.
You used to play a team where the quarterback potentially has never played a college game. How much of a challenge is that for you guys? There's a lot of talk about just playing the scheme, but it has to be a little bit of a wrinkle. The fact that the guy you're playing against maybe he's never played college before.
Yeah, I mean that's good for us and bad for us, obviously, like you said. So I mean, if we're not able to get a lot of film on him, then we don't know his tendencies as much, but we still know the team's tendencies, which is good. And it's kind of more beneficial for us, I think, because as a quarterback, you want that experience, and not having that at a game of this caliber, I think will benefit us.
Washington doesn't return a starter on the offensive line. How aware of that are you guys on defense?
Oh, definitely. I mean, offensive line's a unit that you like to have experience with, that play together a lot. So, I think they'll be ready to go, but we're aware of it, and I'm excited to see who they come out with.
2 years removed from Coach Pete leaving, you feel like it's worked out the best for all parties involved?
Yeah, I mean, change is always good. It's kind of how you take it, really. So, I mean, it's always hard to see people leave, especially those guys that recruited you. And when so many people come here for certain coaching staff, it's harder. But the change was good, and I mean, we've obviously all benefited from it in our own way. So,
going back to that first game question again, with those first couple of plays, that first series, what is that like when you're out there on the field? You said it was fun, but just from a butterfly standpoint or excitement level, finally getting back out there?
Yeah, I mean, that first play, the first hit, it's kind of, you don't feel too much, and the crowd's going crazy, and then, same with the crowd after the first few plays, they settle down a little bit, we settle down a little bit, and, you kind of start thinking more again, and you kind of get out of your mind. So, that's the challenge is coming in and trying to avoid that as much as possible, because, early off, they can come around trying to hit us something early, so.
What do you expect? Coach Harsin said he hopes the atmosphere is as good as it's ever been here on Friday. I mean, what are you expecting when you think about what's on the line and Coach B coming back and everything and the build-up for this game? What are you expecting out there from the atmosphere?
I expect it to be awesome. I mean, the stadium never comes up short, so especially with this game,